Welcome back to The Real Shell Fox. I wish I had a filter to make my skin look better, but oh well. Anyways, today's video is about the time I got mugged. Yeah, I sure did. And all of my close friends have heard this story many times. Two of my close friends were mugged with me at this time. So that was tall, blonde, super awesome Cynthia and our friend Jimmy. Jimmy is a very gay man, and he's very funny. He's very thin, he's very sweet, and he's definitely fabulous, without question. And this particular day was the day after Thanksgiving, and lots of muggings happen in Oakland, California, but they usually don't happen on this street. It was Piedmont Ave, which is kind of a busy street, lots of shops. It's pretty quaint. And it's just not where you think you would get mugged. In fact, you would feel pretty safe on this street. And I could feel the footsteps behind me. And my spidey senses were like, something's not right. But I was like, be positive. The world is good. Right? Listen, when you have that feeling, fucking listen to it. Okay? Anyways, so this couple starts to kind of mill around us, and I'm like, what is going on? Is she drunk? Like, why is she in the back and he's in the front? And the guy, he's like 4 feet in front of us or something. And he slowly turns around, brings his arm back, and punches my friend Jimmy in the face. I'm in shock for like a full second. And then it dawns on me that we are being robbed. I had a bag and I just fucking dropped it. I was like, here you go. Psh, I'm out. I took off trying to call the police. I look back. My friend Cynthia is like tugging, right? I don't know if she's trying to hold on to her bag or what's happening, right? I start trying to call the police. The phone is like locked. I'm shaking. I can't get the emergency thing to open. I'm just losing it. But it is a very busy street and people saw it happening. So somebody else had already called the police, and that was this couple that drove up. They're like, we saw everything. We called the police. They're on the way. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. I couldn't get my phone, right? And like, this is happening really fast. I look again back at my friend Cynthia, and she's chasing the perpetrators down the street. Now, in my heart, I know that I should have been like, Cynthia, no, save yourself. But in my heart, my real deep heart, I was like, Cynthia, yeah. Because I just couldn't believe this bitch was chasing them down the street. Now, I don't know what was happening with Jimmy at this time, but I found out later he was pretty much just on the floor. Now, ironically, the only person who had cash was Jimmy. But there was no they didn't try to take his cash. They tried to take her purse and my bag. I just left it and took off. The police came, and this was amazing because in Oakland, the police rarely come. Now, it was actually not Oakland, it was Piedmont, but Piedmont is like a city within a city. So the city of Piedmont is in the city of Oakland. I don't know. It's very confusing, right? But it's kind of a snotty city to some degree. Like, they have people that will drive around and check the addresses to make sure that the kids who are going to school in that area live in that area. I think it's pretty snotty, pretty wealthy as well. But this is kind of like, the neighborhood is real snotty. Anyways, never mind. Who cares? Piedmont Ave, mugging is occurring. And it was just devastating. So many emotions when you're like the victim of a crime. But at some point, we have all regathered. Cynthia has regathered. She said she thought she saw a driver. Jimmy's back with me. Now, fun facts. When we were walking up the street, just having a casual conversation, we were going from one bar to another bar. I said, Jimmy, how many penises is it gonna take to satisfy you? And he said, girl, there ain't enough in this world. Anyways, so that was right before the old powie. So I thought for a second that it was a gay bashing. This is going to come up later in court. So we are shaking, we are trembling. It's a buzzkill of a night. I don't think we're even gonna keep going. Now, earlier that day, it was a super fun day. Cynthia and I had written like a little corny song about Facebook addiction and social media addiction. And we made a song in the studio that day, earlier that day. So I was like feeling super high, super fly from just making the song, right? It's really bad. That's why I'm not going to present it to you. I think my old boss said, don't quit your day job. And you know what? When I look back, he was right. I mean, the content of the song was good. You know, I think my tagline is, I ain't got time for talent. And it's true. I don't have any talents. At least not when it comes to like actually rapping. But I was feeling good about the song, and I was happy to be with my friends, you know, hop skipping down the street. And previous to meeting them, I had just dropped off the guy that helped make the song, and he's a friendly guy and he's pretty cool. But that night he was super mad at me because I guess he thought I was leading him on. And when girls are just friendly and not shitty and ignoring you and acting like a bitch, sometimes, you know, menses just take it the wrong way. It's unfortunate because now I feel like a lot of times I just have to be like, nope, there's a wall, because if I'm cool to you in any way whatsoever, it's just going to be a problem later. So I'll just be a biatch right now. Right. And I don't want to be that way, but that's just how it is sometimes. But he did help us make the song. We did pay him. And then I gave him a ride to where he was going and listened to all of his verbal abuse complaints about how I don't want to be with him. Look, I just met him, okay? Anyway, drop him off. Yay, it's over. I don't have to deal with him, you know, catch up with my friends. They were at a different bar. I was in another bar. Then we met down the street, right? Now, fun fact, I lost my wallet, and I thought it happened at the mugging, but I just left it at the bar. I found that out a couple days later, because after the mugging, I was like, how come none of my charge cards are being charged? Okay, fast forward to a couple days later. Cynthia had managed to get some footage, and these people that robbed us, they went to the gas station, they went to Taco Bell. They really didn't do very much with these credit cards that they had except get themselves on camera. And so Cynthia did all of this legwork, and amazingly enough, the police caught them. And like, I mean, Oakland police just do not catch, you know, this type of criminal. And we did have to go to court. It was like a couple months later that we went to court. The first time we went to court, it just got canceled because there wasn't enough courtrooms. This is like before pandemic. So, I mean, they just didn't have enough, right? So we had to come back, and that was annoying. But we got dressed up like we were really going to court. And they said to me while I was in the chair, the witness chair, Miss, whatever my last name is, Miss Shellfox, you said in your police report that you thought it was a gay bashing. And I was like, that's true, I did. I originally thought it was a gay bashing until it was obvious that he was mugging us. Him right there. It was literally like, no more questions, thank you. And then Cynthia did her little testimony. And then Jimmy's testimony was, I didn't see anything. I was knocked out. And that was great, just because it just gave, I think, our testimony more credibility. Wait, let me go back to way back after the mugging. So that mugging was a Friday. Saturday, they were arrested. And they woke us all up at like 7 or 8 in the morning and said, come down and identify them, which we did. And that was like crazy. Jimmy couldn't identify, so he didn't even try. Right. And then I found out like they broke a little bone here and he had to go to the hospital, and like Jimmy's so fun and so sweet. And so that was super lame. Anyways, right. So we did identify them. They did go to jail. The girl, she was like 15 or 16. And I got a couple of checks for like $12 from juvenile hall, because I guess she had to do some work and pay me some restitution. Now, I didn't get all of my restitution, but a few things that I learned is you can claim a mugging or a crime against you on your taxes. At least in California, you can, right? Which is great because when my windows get broken, I will be claiming that. And like you can claim your therapy, you can claim the items that were stolen, the value, you know, your phone, so on and so forth. So I recommend that. Should the shitty thing ever happen to you, hopefully it doesn't happen to you. My friend just had his iPhone stolen from a bar. I'm gonna tell him, you know what? You need to claim that on your taxes and get you that 20% back. Wait, he's probably in a different tax bracket. Sorry, I digress. Okay, so yeah, the mugging. Now, like I said, I have made a song because I did it for a class and I got an A, you know, and the whole thing, but it was sort of like this. Thursday was Thanksgiving. Friday, we made the song. Friday night, we got mugged. Saturday morning, we identified the culprits. Sunday, we made the video. Monday, I submitted the homework, which was the video for the rap song that I made for the class. And then I got an A. And you know what? It was a lot. It was quite a weekend. And that is the story of one crime against me. Other crimes, a lot of broken windows. A lot of broken windows because the Bay Area, Oakland, San Francisco, the surrounding cities, they love to break windows. They love to break windows. Here, I've got some advice for you. If you want to minimize the window breaking, leave all your windows open. I don't care. It can rain. A crackhead can come on in and take a nap. I'll just leave them open because if they're going to break them anyways, I don't want to pay the $250 to fix the window, right? I'd rather, look, I don't care. I did one time, I think maybe find some prostitutes' panties in there, but they were pretty clean. So I don't know if it was a joke or what it was. You know, I didn't like really get all in there to investigate. But yeah, I'm going to be claiming those. So, So you be careful. You watch your back. You listen to your spidey senses and try not to get mugged. And even if that happens to you, always try to be cool and don't be gross. Later.